There comes a moment in all of our lives where our innocence is lost. And that moment, I'm so sorry if I'm doing this to anyone today and I'm causing you to lose your innocence, but the moment when you find out that Whitney lip synced
the national anthem, I still refuse to believe that.
Oh no.
Greg?
I thought this was a duet. Oh, so you're just going to sing all the parts? Those are not the right sounds. Can you hear me? Bonk.
Welcome to Miss Thing. I'm Greg.
And I'm Tim. And this is a podcast that celebrates and appreciates the Miss Things of the past, present, and future.
Yeah, in every episode, we take a key moment from our Miss Thing storied career and do what you and I are most skilled at, which is make it all about us.
And I'm going to talk about the movie that I saw this week that you have already seen and you said you loved, even though you fell asleep halfway through.
Oh, okay.
Which is I just saw Toy Story 5.
And
I loved it. And
yeah.
By the way, people don't know this about me. It's maybe one of my least likable traits. I don't like Toy Story.
Wow.
I think it's too masculine. Like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but as a kid, I always, like, with Andy and, like, the dinosaurs and Buzz Lightyear and Buzz,
yeah.
it was like, I low-key was like, wait, why is Miss Bo Peep not more of a main character?
Oh.
Like, why, you know what I mean? Like, I was more interested in the female parts.
Yeah,
and then,
you, of course, wanted to hear Annie Potts' take on Bo Peep.
Thank you.
Yeah, and hear more about Bo Peep's inner life.
It was just like whenever we were going as kids for Pixar movies, I was like, I'd rather go for like a Monsters, Inc. I'd rather go for Finding Nemo.
That's so funny because Monsters, Inc. is so male to me. It's so like frat life, Greek life.
You know why I think because Boo.
Because Boo.
Exactly. Because it was a girl. It was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Now it's like Toy Story 5. I loved it, but it's like trying so hard to be like women.
Yeah.
Like, you know, lead, like it's a women friendship, which I love. And it's also Jesse's storyline. So it's like you're making it very clear, whereas like Boo was just there, you know, like it was just organic.
Totally,
you know?
Totally. Boo was just like she was like the conduit for like the monsters and like and eventually their university and like their whole.
By the way, I don't want to. We're not acknowledging university here. You know, it's just Inc.
Again, I have not seen that one.
Oh, okay.
Too
Neither.
male.
I think I fell asleep halfway through that one.
I love Toy Story 5. Again, fell asleep for the end, so I do not know how it ends. Maybe they didn't land the plane.
I want to talk about one part, but it might be too early. Wait, did you keep going with your?
I got to like the tree in the box.
Okay, wait, that's what I want to talk to you about.
And then I like fell asleep.
Okay,
well, is this going to be spoilery?
Well, but it's still like at this point it will be like mid-July. So
I mean,
for the next 2 minutes you can scrub ahead.
Yeah.
And while you're scrubbing ahead, guys, please. If you take the time to rate and put a comment on Apple Podcasts specifically, Greg and I will give you a special treat. So
rate and review on Apple and Spotify.
Yes.
You can't leave a comment there, but if you screen grab it, DM us on Instagram and you'll get a special treat.
Yes. Okay. Now spoilers for the next 90 seconds. That moment where she is at the tree. Okay. Did it or did it not? I was like whispering to my sister. I was like, wait, so basically, spoiler alert, but it's like Jessie, the toy, feels like she's useless. She goes to this tree of the first girl that she was ever the toy for.
Right.
And then she like, they dig up this like box.
Yes.
And there's a note from the girl that she used to be like the toy for, who's now older.
And a mom.
And she's named her child Jessie now. And it's very touching because it's like, oh, I did mean something to you. You named your daughter after me.
That's like the emotional touch point of the film.
But
I feel like they're
way
trying to
they
make you
word
cry.
it, and I Googled this, I was like, wait, did Jessie die? The human Jessie die?
It did kind of have this sort of like...
It looked like she was like, this is my like remembrance of my daughter who died and named Jessie.
It did kind of feel like that. Maybe they left it purposely vague.
The note was literally like your mom will always love you.
I will never forget you. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Jesse.
Underneath this is your body. Then I Googled it. It was like, no, it's just a keepsake thing. But I was like, this specific, because I was getting emotional. I got teary-eyed.
Thinking that, God, the child.
And it was so dark, but also you got to keep mining. You what is another way Pixar can just
make your heart
cry?
out? Yeah. No, that's what I will say. That to me was actually, this is not to sound, because I loved the movie. I really thought it was a very intelligent step forward in the series. I did feel like that part was a little emotionally manipulative. It kind of came out of nowhere. Yeah. I'm a big fan of what I love about Toy Story is the evolution of how weird it kind of gets, because these toys are going through an extreme existential crisis. They need to come to terms with the fact that people are going to come and go in and out of their life. They're going to go through periods where they literally no one cares about them and may never care about them again, and then one day a kid may pick them up and show them love. It's a very existentially profound idea, and it also lends itself to new kids. The kids are secondary, but I was waiting for it to move me to the place of tears, and I found that to kind of be ineffective. But it was beautiful,
because I literally started to cry because I was like, oh my God, she's dead.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, maybe she's not.
But I will say, I thought it was just a fascinating story. I read somewhere that people were millennials, Toy Story is such a millennial movie. You were kids when that movie came out, and it sort of changed the game. And now Toy Story 5 is the first one that's for millennials who have children, and their greatest fear and anxiety about kids and getting too reliant on tech and maybe putting them in front of screens too much. And I just thought it was excellent.
I mean, my impression, not having seen Toy Story 4, is that maybe it wasn't necessarily totally necessary, as far as Toy Story 3 was this very emotional wallop of Andy is now moving on without the toys.
Yes.
Yeah. And this one is does feel worthy of a sequel, and that it's a timely piece of technology.
100%. 100%.
And so it's one of those things where I was oh wait, it earned its reason for being.
I completely agree. I didn't go in knowing anything about it, and I was really pleasantly surprised.
But you are making me think of a question.
Yeah, okay.
What Pixar movie or animated movie, what scene has made you cry the most?
Oh, God. I would say, it feels so maybe obvious, but I would say the opening from Up.
Exactly. It's the correct answer. Yeah.
I will say the end of Toy Story 3 did really get me. But God, the beginning of Up, the way that they crammed the lifetime through the death, it's just... with the song, it's a perfect piece of direction. It's a perfect piece of movie making. It is so emotional. It spans children, adults. I feel that just hits so hard.
It is. That's the correct answer.
Yeah.
I think it's universal, but there are Up would be a perfect film if it was just those 10 minutes. You know what I mean? But it already is so good.
Yeah, it's like Dreamgirls where she sings You're Gonna Love Me, and then act one ends, and then you're like, well, do I need to go back for the rest?
Even if the next part is bad, it doesn't matter, because I just saw God.
Yeah, you're at the apex, and then you just have 2 more hours to go.
The one, this is random, and I don't know what I was going through at the time.
Hoppers.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Poppers.
Pixar's
Poppers.
Yeah, I was doing Poppers. Wreck-It Ralph. The first Wreck-It Ralph. There's a moment where Sarah Silverman is talking about her being a glitch. It's the climax or whatever.
Okay.
Stopped. Literally. And I feel no one else has felt that way, but I love the first Wreck-It Ralph. But my actual answer, okay, so it is Wreck-It Ralph, but also the moment in Inside Out when Bing Bong sacrifices himself.
Right. Sure.
Cinema.
Yeah.
Cinema.
Yeah. well, let's switch gears a little bit. We are fresh off the Rosalia Lux tour.
Yeah. That voice, the pure artistry, the concepts, like she does La Perla, what she does during that moment with the hands. Everyone Google La Perla and see what she does because it should be in an art installation.
Right.
Like it is next level, simple too. Like it doesn't require theatrics and like tons of money to do a show-stopping performance. It's literally just creativity.
Every single song, every single moment is so well thought out. I was just sort of sitting there in awe.
Yeah.
The voice, it is the artistry. She has an entire orchestra playing with her, I guess, in every city. But it's the stage picture. So there's something, Rosalia is such a modern artist in every capacity, including not only sonically, but visually. Like the Motomami tour, the way it was filmed, someone was wearing, at any point, maybe multiple people were wearing like cameras around them and they were integrated into the choreography and just the whole thing was so camera blocked.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're in the theater and the show is happening live, but also you're watching like a perfect...
like concert film almost as well.
Concert film, like during the experience. It's kind of like what the new Sunset Boulevard on Broadway was like, and that's what made it so exhilarating. I mean, even if there's songs that you don't really connect with or like a genre or a sound or something, no matter what, she gets on that stage and she makes it interesting. Like La Perla, to me, it's a very popular song and it's a great song, but it's not my favorite song. It sounds a little, I was kind of like joking. I always joke about it. I love her. There's nothing wrong with any of her, but it sounds a little SpongeBob to me. And then she does it on stage and with the hands and the sun behind her, like an old school film, and it's just breathtaking. And it makes you love the music and it makes you understand that like even if you're listening to the album and not seeing it in person, then you can go back and be like, oh, I see what she was doing here. It's important. Like she's an artist that helps show you what she's trying to communicate through song too.
There's something, and I've never noticed this about any other pop star. It's almost like what you think of when you think of like preeminent actors where it's like all in the eyes.
Yeah.
Her eye work and the way she moves you with her small facial like movements. Right. And like she goes away for a second to sing My Christ, like this is the English translation is like My Christ like cries diamonds. And as she's doing it, she fully gets herself to cry in a way that is so moving that I'm like, this woman should be not just in Euphoria. I'm like, I would like to see her in a Pedro Almodovar film because I feel like someone could really pull out, like, I mean, the performance that she is giving in these concerts is insane, and to do that night after night.
It's down to, it's like watching Beyonce. You know, Beyonce when she did the Coachella thing and you're watching it on screen if you weren't there, and like it's down to her finger movements. The slightest finger movement. Like she knows that she's both able to play to the back of the house in a stadium or an arena or whatever, and also, but it's because of that camera too that she can play it small. She's like, her training and her skill is beyond. God, it was good. Just so good.
But that makes me think of my Dad Mom sauce, which I think it's time to get into our
first segment, our first
and most famous
segment, Dad Mom sauce, where we take a person, place, or thing that we're currently super obsessed with. And I guess you're going to go first.
Yes, my Dad Mom sauce is arriving early to a concert.
Oh, sure.
This is so often when you're younger, you're like, I mean, a lot of times you can't help because you have a job, but then sometimes it's like you feel like it's like cool to be like hanging out outside, like really rushing, like trying to do something before make the most of the night.
Right.
I'm over being stressed getting to a concert.
No, thank you.
I want to just be sitting in my seat, have a moment to see if I want the merch, go to the bathroom, see if I want a drink, and then be sitting there. I can be talking to a friend, like waiting, and then just like seeing it slowly fill up, the anticipation building. I was texting you guys because you guys were getting there after me. I was like, I am so happy, and from now on, I just want to get to a concert like super early. I did that for Mayhem, Gaga's tour too, and I was like, there was something so nice about not being like running, being so sweaty, because you always have to run somehow like 4 miles from wherever you parked, and then like get through the security, do all of that different stuff. It was life-changing.
Yeah, listen, I try to do the same. I completely agree. I am not in a space of wanting to rush or like be moved any faster than I need to be. Getting to the Forum in particular from the east side of Los Angeles is one of the most difficult treks a person can make in their life. It's like full Oregon Trail. It like getting from it just past downtown. So and then you have to park either so far away or be willing to pay like $300 for parking.
And also not to come for you and your family. But your family, I will say, your husband, famously is one of those people who likes to pack in so much before things that now I'm sort of, I have accepted that like if I'm going to a concert with you and your husband,
don't go with us.
I'm like, I can't, because you guys will try to go to dinner, and that dinner will be literally, you're like, let's get to the restaurant. She goes on at 8:30. So do you think we could start dinner at 7:45?
No. We're gonna get to the restaurant at 8:25. It'll be more than enough time to eat.
If you think it's like a quick thing, it's like a full sit down. No, it's like, I found this really nice restaurant that's within 20 minutes of and it's always like, whenever I hear your guys' plan, I'm like, absolutely not.
Oh, no. I couldn't be more terrified too. I'm like, so.
And then you're going to be full with like digestive stuff as you're supposed to be jumping up and down for the artist.
Of course. No, and we don't need to get into that.
No,
but
it's just one of those things where I think like you reach an age where you realize that actually like being early to a concert is one of the greatest joys, one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself.
And the artist as well. And the artist is present in us, in the audience.
Exactly. And also, this is a side note, and then we're going to get to yours. I don't think you knew this. I just found this out right before we went up to record, is that Lorde, the one and only, was the section below us, like probably like 4 rows in front of us, and we didn't even realize that.
Of course she was. I'm sure everyone who's anyone in music was at the Rosalia concert in Los Angeles last night.
But enough about my Dad Mom Sauce, Greg. What is your Dad Mom Sauce?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, because my Dad Mom Sauce is none other than Libby and Lupa. Libby and Lupa are these AI creations. They're women, they're goddesses, they're creatures. I'm not quite sure what they are. They're kind of like if Death Becomes Her, the duo from Death Becomes Her, like...
They look like animated thumbs to me.
Totally. They also look like they got a lot of plastic surgery in Glendale. But they are the most fabulous duo. I am completely enraptured in their comings and goings. They are always in the most fabulous locales. Again, I don't know if I describe it, but they're like this AI duo that's like always just like up to something. Like one isn't like they're standing next to a pool at like a glamorous event, and like one pushes the other in, and they're like, Lupa, Lupa, Lily, silly me. Like some disaster always happens, and like their amazing plans.
It is to me like the Mignonese speak. They speak in a very specific like. I mean, is it supposed to be a different language? And I'm not sure. Or is it made up Lupa? It's like they just basically say like Lupa and Lipa.
Yeah, it's very like it's Simlish, it's Mignonese, but it's like it's Lupa Lipa Lis. And the one is so wily. I can't tell. I think it's Liba, and like when Libby like gets involved, like trouble is afoot, and like you all got that right away. I don't understand how.
I think you are down the rabbit hole felt bad in the sense of like, you sent this to me and I was like, Greg's not doing anything for the rest of the week.
No.
And even just now, I didn't get that far down the rabbit hole where you're describing personality traits and also like what they've been up to, getting pushed into pools. I'm worried. I think I might have to 5150 you.
You might have to. Honestly, like, I was skeptical of AI up until this point, and then Lupa and Lippi, like, revealed themselves to me. And if this is like the future that like the technocrats want, like,
then you're okay.
I'm kind of good with it.
I mean, it's a positive development in my life, because now I feel like if I ever see you panicking or like having any sort of like emotional thing that you need to be calmed down right away, I just have to like find one of these videos and send it to you, and then you'll be like soothed like a baby. It's like your pacifier.
I will be, but then I'll also be like, oh, Lily silly bee, because like it always goes wrong.
But the thing is, that I feel like it's like fake. It's like fake stakes that you get like lulled into, and then whatever you were worrying about,
stakes. I am very invested in what these two are up to.
I know, but I'm saying your real life stakes of like you'll be like stressed about something at like another thing in your life,
right?
And then it's like, let's just send him a video.
He'll
get invested into whether or not she'll survive the falling into the pool, and then and then it's like, okay, he's soothed, we can bring him back down to stasis,
right? But yeah, Luba and Lippi, honestly,
do yourself a favor if you want to. Yeah, if you want to be soothed and just sort of forget your troubles.
And drain a Great Lake in the process, which is what the creator of them is doing, using AI. But I'm like kind of cool with it, unfortunately.
And I think we need to soothe ourselves by going on break.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're back, and it's time for our Miss Thing of the Week.
I mean, we, in our short little break, like, couldn't even help ourselves, and we're just saying how excited we are to talk right now to talk about her.
It's kind of the 1-2 punch of our. I mean, all of our Miss Things are so incredible, but like music legends. Okay,
I know.
And talk about a music legend. This one is the voice.
The voice will never be topped. Voice.
Question. The or the?
That's
it really
actually
depends.
Really hard.
It really
that's
does
the question of the moment. Yeah,
that is the question of the moment. We are, of course, living in the moment, but we need to get actually into our Miss Thing.
Our Miss Thing this week is Whitney Houston. I mean,
we could just sort of end the episode here because like there is nothing else to say.
We already said it, but it's just like there is no other singer like her. She is like, when you think of like angelic voice or just like
power,
gifted, where it's like when all of us hear it, it is just one of those things where like collectively a chill goes down all of our spines.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that is actually like, she was given a God-given talent.
Right.
That must be like that's like probably, I'm not religious. This is our religious episode though, but I'm like, this is like probably what God's voice sounds like.
Exactly. Well, that's God living through like a vessel on this planet. And like the fact that she accessed it and shared it with the world, it's such a gift to all of us. I mean, truly, me being so, like, I'm praying fully, like genuflecting.
We are praying at the altar of Whitney.
Yeah, I mean, a proud Jersey girl.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Jersey girl.
Yeah.
So, of course, I have an incredible amount of pride for that.
My Jersey girl is J-Lo, of course, based off her seminal film. Don't you dare forget it. Jersey Girl.
Jersey?
With Ben Affleck, I believe.
Geely?
She did too, I think.
Oh.
Or maybe Geely is the one with Ben Affleck, but she also did one called Jersey Girl.
Of course.
Of course you know that. Anyway, back to Whitney.
The singular national anthem.
I know.
Well, it's like what are the top 3 national anthems? Okay. First, Whitney, obviously. Second, Fergie.
Oh.
Close second.
Yeah.
Third, Glenn Close.
That's great.
Where she has a voice crack.
No, okay, but
so
now,
2 are gags.
Yes.
No, third, Maya Rudolph. Okay,
yes,
mine are Whitney Houston. Fergie, Maya
Rudolph.
Rudolph. That's mine. Who are yours?
Okay, well, you stole all of them.
Okay.
But obviously it's Whitney.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to imagine, I can't picture it, but I'm just imagining it's Kelly Clarkson. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
I'm sure she has done it at some
She's
point.
done it. Brought a tear to all of our eyes.
Yeah, and then I'm just going to go with, and again, I can't picture it, but I'm just going based off of, like, she has to have a beautiful one. Christina Aguilera.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, again, you're in
I'm
theory.
envisioning what it could be.
Well,
I bet I'm right.
Well, you are, because the thing is, Whitney's is so singular that you can't, like, remember any of the other good ones. So you have to then, like, you go to a place of, like, parody, which is, like, the Fergie of it.
Yeah.
Like, you need that, and that's what's so brilliant about Fergie's, is that, like, she went so left field that, you know, you are forced to remember it.
Well, you know, also, there comes a moment in all of our lives where our innocence is lost. And that moment, I'm so sorry if I'm doing this to anyone today and I'm causing you to lose your innocence, but the moment when you find out that Whitney lip synced
the national anthem, I still refuse to believe that.
I mean, the thing is, she recorded that, so it's still her voice. But when you find out that was, because they have to a lot of times for the Super Bowl, you have to. But when you find out that she lip synced it, it's like a little tiny part of you dies and refuses to believe that it's real. But unfortunately, it's real, you guys.
Well, she lip synced for her life on that night.
Yeah.
And she changed it all. Yeah,
Coco
she was
Montrese.
Coco Montrese.
Yeah.
Whoa. And the Rockets red glare.
She sweat in that performance.
Oh, totally. Like, she was giving so much even in that lip sync that she left it all on the floor.
I mean, that is why she's an icon. To sweat so hard to you lip syncing.
Well, also Whitney Houston, the iconic lip quiver.
Yes.
No one lip quivered like Whitney Houston, and I mean started it all. No one has needed
Sorry,
to
Claire
since.
Danes, you got it from someone.
Oh, totally. But then, I mean, like, to influence the next, like, 2 decades. Actually, singers from that point forward to pretend that they need to quiver their lip just to make the sound. The only person that's ever needed to quiver their lip like that to make sound that good is Whitney.
Yeah.
And there's no one else in the game that needs to quiver that lip.
You're so right, sister.
Well, I think of that lip quiver so specifically. I picture Whitney Houston so clearly in my mind. And this is actually something that I think all millennials will understand. Okay. Millennials and Gen X.
Okay.
That specific moment in your life on Saturday morning when you have outgrown cartoons and you've outgrown like Nickelodeon and Disney Channel, and you were sitting in front of the TV on Saturday morning toggling between MTV and VH1 looking for like the best music videos.
Absolutely. And I was always an MTV. I always felt like VH1 had some stuff, but I feel like I always ended up on MTV. Well, but it was more so like, I guess for me, not to be like I'm so young, but it was like TRL was the thing. I mean, in the morning I liked Pop-Up Video.
Oh, when you learned everything.
That was my main teacher.
Of course, that was your music history right there.
Exactly. But I learned everything I needed to know about life through Pop-Up Video.
Well, is also such a like a life cycle of like Gen X and millennial. It's like when you like outgrow Nickelodeon or cartoons, then you go to MTV and you're like, VH1 is too old. It's like for the old people. And then you start realizing like, hey, some of these songs, some of these videos are kind of good. So then you're like toggling back and forth. But on Saturday mornings, like there were specific like videos I would always want. But like, I remember this moment in my life when Shoop, You Will Exhale came out, and it was just Whitney with like the black background and just on her face, and she'd be like shoo-ba-da-hoo, and like her like lip would be like whoa, 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 and I was gagged.
There are so many good songs that are just a part of the culture of our lives. Like it is, I mean, also the greatest cover of all time because it's not hers. I Will Always Love You.
Right. Made it her own. The original Bunk.
Yeah.
Bunk. And
yes.
Started it all in the original way.
Okay, impossible question. Okay. What is the better song, I Will Always Love You or I Want to Dance with Somebody?
That is a good question. They are so different. The one is the ballad.
It's a real
and
Sophie's choice. I know, it's literally like the dance song of all time or
the ballad of all time. It's apples and oranges. I'm going to go with I Want to Dance with Somebody because it's an original and it's proven to be very versatile.
Yeah.
In terms of like, it's energetic and a dance floor bop, and you can also slow it down, make it sad. It's very like the lyrics are all there, the vocals are all there, the melody's there.
I mean, it is an that's my answer too. It's an evergreen song where it's like no matter what generation, like even if you were just born yesterday and that song comes on, you are so excited, and it's like that song still gets played at a dance at any like club that you're at, whatever dance like situation you find yourself in, that song comes on, and even if you're just like 10 years old, you want to dance. Like it's not like just because you were around when Whitney was around. It is the epitome of an evergreen song where it's like that just makes you feel good.
But real maturity, real Whitney heads know that it's not about I Will Always Love You. It's Run to You off that Bodyguard soundtrack.
Yes.
And then, of course, now I'm loving recently Queen of the Night is now like a big hit because I remember specifically that was my favorite moment in the movie when she was wearing the like Joan of Arc, like metal suit or whatever, and she had to be carried out while she was singing Queen of the Night.
Yeah. You were, of course, talking about the Bodyguard soundtrack.
And famous movie that she starred in as well.
Yeah.
Whitney, I mean, we're going to have to do her like 15 times. She is truly... I don't even know where to begin. It's like there's too much scope. And
there's also, it's like, how will I know? Yeah. I'm like, it's overwhelming. The song. I like keep wanting to just name so many songs, but I don't even know. The Mariah and her song.
When You Believe. And of course, Whitney Houston. So many. I always am trying to look for like a new Whitney Houston live video. I'm sure I've seen them all. But Whitney did give one of the best morning show performances. I think it was Good Morning America a few years ago. Her last album, the one with $1 Million Bill, and she was singing. She was doing some songs from the album before it came out, and she was singing $1 Million Bill and going, "Hey, sing," to the audience, and no one had ever heard the song before. And I just really appreciate that. Like,
you
come
should
on, sing it with me.
Yeah.
And that is just it's Whitney's joie de vivre. It was Whitney's like persona.
That is okay. I was obviously going to ask you this question. What is your favorite Whitney moment?
There are so many. I'm gonna have to shout out. I mean, I'm going to have to shout out Being Bobby Brown. And the reason I'm going to shout out Being Bobby Brown is because my first job in television was working for, shout out Tracy, who created Being Bobby Brown, an amazing producer. Love her. And she had pitched that show. It was her show. She pitched it to Bravo and still owns the rights. And Tracy, I'm going to call you out right now on the show. Please release that onto a streaming platform because the world really is desperate to watch Being Bobby Brown in its entirety.
And then for me, I would say it's a toss-up between that and then I just started to reference the song. But the moment when her and Mariah Carey walk down those stairs in the same dress.
Yes.
And by the way, my favorite part about that to me wasn't the fact that they were wearing the same dress, but how much they were gagged by the fact that like they clearly were like, can you guys believe we're like they self-aggrandized that moment so much in a way that I was sort of like, okay, you're wearing the same dress. But then the way that both of them played it and have talked about it afterwards, I was like, it's so you and I.
So us. They yes-anded the shit out of that situation. Those two women that were always compared. It's like, are you Whitney or Mariah? Whitney or Mariah? Whitney or Mariah? Two legends. Coming out wearing the same thing and then joking about it. I love that Whitney and Mariah were always cool with each other.
Yeah. But it's time to make Whitney all about ourselves because we won't stop otherwise.
Yeah. Oh, no. There's too much to discuss. Yeah. It's too sweeping.
I would like to go first, if that's okay.
Sure, of course.
So when I think of Whitney, I obviously think of the greatest song of all time, which is I Want to Dance with Somebody. Mm-hmm. That makes me think of the very first time, and this happens in every little gay boy's life. Okay. You're finally dating someone, and then you get invited to a wedding. And I had been to many weddings single. And so then I was excited because I was like, great, I've got a boyfriend for the very first time. I'm not going to be alone at this wedding. Okay. I'm so excited. One of my favorite things on earth is to dance at a wedding. Love it so much. I don't care if that makes me basic. I love it. And I was like, oh my God, I'm finally going to get to dance with my boyfriend at a wedding. This is what dreams are made of. Hilary Duff. Okay. And so...
my brain. Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
And so then I'm talking to my boyfriend at the time. This is a couple of boyfriends ago.
You guys talked as well?
I know. Can you believe?
You can't usually do all of that.
And I was like, I'm so excited to dance with you. And then he lays this on me. He was like, listen, I am not a dancer. And I was like, I don't care. Like, we're going to dance.
Right. Do not, honey, trust me, neither are you.
Yeah. I was,
no offense.
And by the way, I was like, you don't have to dance well. You just have to feel. And and people are self-conscious.
Watch and learn.
You gotta not be self-conscious.
Yeah.
I am the life of the party because I'm not self-conscious. I'm not trying to do these moves. Nope. They just come out, whatever. However they come out.
They come out. They flow. And that's what's magnificent.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, and then he was like, okay, I will do like a slow dance with you. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
That's bare minimum. Right. That's bare minimum. Okay. You know? Mm-hmm. I was like, we'll do that, but that's not like dance. I want to like, come on. And I'm like, listen, I'm not going to pressure you in the sense of like, you know, if you don't feel comfortable, sure. But like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'll get you.
We need to
upstage.
Yeah, we need to upstage the bride and groom somehow.
Well, and then it was also a thing where like then I kept like bringing it. I was like, oh, can't wait to do. Like I was like kind of like egging him on, but not. And then he was like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Which was only making me want to like night of. I'm like, I'm gonna make this happen.
Yeah,
watch me. So then it gets to the moment. I go on the dance floor. He, of course, is like never been more interested in the like random people we're sitting at the table at, you know, where it's like, I'm like, you do not care about that person. Right. Meanwhile, you are so locked in because you know, like, if you make eye contact with me, because I'm already on the dance floor. I was like dancing with friends. I'm like trying to get his attention. He's fully like truly being like, so tell me about your mom. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, come on. You hate that. Yeah, exactly. But it's like, it's fully like, and now we'd like to welcome the bride and groom to there. And you're like, it's time. Yeah. It's time. Get up here.
Well, so I'm like, okay, well, how do I get him organically? Because I also like want him to like. It's not fun if I'm like forcing you to dance. Obviously,
absolutely not.
So then I'm on the dance floor. It's early. There's only like 10 of us, you know, on the floor. Everyone else is like watching you. It's kind of awkward, but I'm still like, whatever. I'll start the party. I don't have any problem starting that party.
Yeah, and then it's like suddenly there's 9, there's 8, there's 7 because they see what you're doing. They're so like blown away by what's happening.
Everyone starts leaving.
Yeah.
Well, so the bride comes on. I'm dancing with the bride, and she's like, "Where's your partner?" And I was like, "Oh, he's over there, like pretending." And she was like, "Do you want?" I was like, "I really am trying to get him to dance." And she was like, "Oh, I'll do the famous trick of like, you can't say no to the bride." Sure. You know. And then I was like, "No,
you're making her work."
No, I said, yeah. Well, I am gonna make her work. But I was like, no, I don't want to like force him in the way that like that's like, you know, that's too problematic in my opinion of being like, you have to say yes to the bride. I was like, I have to just trick him into doing it, but not
like you're already tricking the bride into working on her wedding day.
100%,
yeah, of course.
And so then I all out said, I was like, you know what? And I had thought about this like while I was dancing, and I was like,
"Sounds like you've been doing a lot of thinking and scheming."
I was like, while I was like, okay, I have to like see if I can think of a song that will organically make him want to dance. Then I remembered many times while we were cooking dinner, and it's literally so funny that this. I'm sorry to. Well, I'm not saying your name, but he loved Mambo Number 5.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. We don't have to talk about it, but I was literally like, okay, this is clearly like this hooked its way into him as a little kid, and he needed a little bit of Monica in his life. And so then I was like, oh, that's like a wedding song.
It definitely gets the crowd moving.
Yeah, exactly. So then I was like, she said something, and I was like, you know what though? I think if they were to play Mambo Number 5, I'd get them.
Right, and you have all these wig reveals. Yeah, you're like Monica, Erica.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I prepared.
You have all that my name is, and you just keep ripping them up. That's your wig reveal.
Wait, have they done that on Drag Race? They should.
Okay. Free
ideas.
Yeah.
But so, anyways, I say that to her, and she's like, "Say no more." So she does end up working. All she does though is she goes to the DJ and says, "Can you play Mambo
Number 5?"
Yeah.
No, she's not taking requests from anyone else. She's like, "I'm so sorry to ask. I am so humiliated
to ask the bride for Mambo
on her, but it is her big. So you cannot say no to the bride. It's just that DJ must have been so disturbed.
Yeah, but I knew that if I asked, I wouldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, and of course, fabulous song, and we just love music. Anyone who makes music, kudos to you.
And when I tell you, a couple songs later, that played. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the band's going one less ride to the
around the corner, Sipsy.
We are dancing only if you are only getting a third to a quarter of the story. If you're not watching us on YouTube, anyways, I then for the first time lock eyes with him, and then all of a sudden, guess who's up? Guess who's dancing?
I want tonight. My hips don't lie. That might as well have been playing because the hips. On this one.
They weren't lying at that moment. He's up. I got him.
You got him.
We were dancing for the rest. That was, everyone has a gateway song.
Just got to get him up. The gateway song, okay.
And that was his gateway song at the wedding. I'm not kidding you. For the rest of the night, he danced with me, and I was like, and it was what dreams are made of.
You were the only two in the room.
Thanks to Mambo. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Erica.
Right.
Thank you to that bride.
To Lisa is one of them, perhaps, and thank you, of course, to Lou Vega.
Yeah, Lou Bega.
Lou Bega is what I said.
Exactly.
And then, of course, it's like it was only you two, and it was just an amazing night of dancing. And then you wake up in the morning with like the realization that is the ultimate red flag about a person.
Oh, we are.
They love that song.
It's one of those things where sometimes you just have to let people have their songs.
Sure.
You know, it's like I know I have my fair share. You are well aware.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. I don't have any bad songs.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, and I think everyone has this. What is your gateway song to get you dancing at the wedding?
Ooh.
At a wedding, so it's like you know what I mean.
It's one of those, it is like electric slide style.
What is your gateway song at a wedding specifically? Because then it narrows it down.
Well, I'm hoping, of course, that the DJ has a little bit of taste and that they play "A New Day Has Come" by Celine.
Oh my God, Greg! Mine is the Celine.
What is yours?
Literally. Well,
of course. I mean, Celine. Hello.
It's Celine. I famously think, and I've talked about this in other circles. I think we might have talked about it. Have we done Celine?
Yes.
Yes. Like,
we will be doing her again.
I think that she should always be the last song at a wedding because everyone, gay, straight, male, female, trans, who has ears, you hear Celine. I mean, I'm literally just like going back and forth between the Celine songs. It's like All By Myself, the theatrics.
Oh, yeah. There's all coming back to me now.
That's it. Thank you. Okay, I was going back and forth. That's it.
Speaking of music videos, that Beauty and the Beast ass music video, I love it so much.
It's all coming back to me.
Of course, it's just you are laying it all on the line. When that song
also, you know
out.
What's great about that is for people who are a little more shy, it starts off slow. And then it slowly allows you, and then by the end of it, you're like, okay, wait, DJ, play that next song.
Yeah, you are like throwing yourself. You're giving the performance of a lifetime, completely breathless, like just fully. But everyone loses their shit. Yeah. They just have to go on the journey. Yeah. The emotional and physical journey of that song. But then, of course, I think, it's a Celine closer as well. I mean, Because You Loved Me is the 11 o'clock number. It's just everyone is just hanging there. Like you find a person you love, even a person that you love right now, you know, just for the night. And you are just holding on to him, stepping left, right, left, right, left, right. And it's magic.
Yeah. And then I would say if you're dating someone, I feel like if this is for the girls, I'm going to do this for the girls. Girls who are dating a straight boy, in my mind, it's like if you want to get them on the song, play that one Killers song.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, those boys are up.
Yeah, or like,
that's my biggest tip for you ladies.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like, I chimed in with the haven't you people ever heard of? Oh my God. You know, I'm going to say another song that has gone so out of style that it's coming back
Mambo
in.
number 5.
Macarena.
Oh.
That song's cool again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm saying it right here.
Yeah.
The Macarena is cool again.
Yeah.
We all collectively know it, and it's time we bring that back.
Yeah.
No more Electric Slide. Electric Slide has its place, but like we know what, like that is the greatest. The Macarena is the greatest unifying force on this planet, and I think it is the only thing that can save us.
Greg, enough. How do you make Whitney Houston all about yourself?
Okay, well, I mean, it's like where to begin. There's so many stories I could tell, but you know, when I think of Whitney Houston, I think of being Bobby Brown, and I think of the famous way she's screamed, "Bobby!" And that, of course, makes me think of a person called Joe.
Okay.
And let me tell you a little bit.
Joe Simpson.
Let me tell you about Joe. So last night, Vat and I, you know, my husband and I, we famously left early to go to get over to the Forum side of town. And there was a particular restaurant that my husband was wanting to try. There's like, we usually love going to, there's an Italian place over by the Forum that we like to go to if we're going to be over there. But my husband had recently met someone at an event, and he was like, you know, my father has a place over in Inglewood. You should try it. It's great. Like next time you're over by the Forum. So he was super excited. He was super excited to go try this place. Of course, we got there like early, but then I was sort of starting to panic about time. But you could tell there were like other people there that were going to the concert. So this place has like gotten a little bit of word of mouth. So we order, we're waiting for our food. It's getting a little late. I start to panic about the time. And so we like get it to go. And they're so nice. There's like this older man like working the kitchen, and there's like a great girl out front. And
we get Persian food.
Yeah, Persian food. Delicious. And when we get to, you know, we get the food, we have a little bit of it, and it's time to go. And he's like, you know what? I should just say something. I should see if like, you know, my friend's dad is here. So we go to the girl. He's like, you know, I know the son of the owner, Joe. And so like the owner comes out. He's the older man who's like working the kitchen. He comes to the front. He's like, oh my gosh, you know my son? He's like so proud, such a nice man. He's like, let me shake my hand. He's like, yeah, I know your son Joe. And the guy like kind of looks like a little confused. He's kind of like, what? And he's like, do you have a son? And the guy's like, well, I do have a son. I'm not sure if we're talking about the same person. So like this beautiful warm interaction has like gotten so confusing. And so my husband is just like fully like, how don't you know your son? Basically.
And no part of him is being like,
is thinking maybe like there's a communication error on my end. So we leave. He looks at his notes. He goes, oh, the guy's name was Aaron. And instead of thinking back and going, I wish like that interaction like went different or anything. My husband, and God bless him and the way his mind works, he goes, why did the guy tell me his name was Joe?
And how did that interaction end? He was like, okay, well, I got to get back to the kitchen.
Yeah, he was kind of like, okay. And like, you know, it was like, oh, well, maybe it's a different person. And meanwhile, I'm like, maybe his son's not out or something. Like, I don't know what he doesn't want you to know. But it was so funny walking away. How does he not know his own son, Joe? Looking at the notes, Aaron, why did the guy tell me his name was Joe? But I think that's so beautiful. And it just reminds me, for some reason, it reminded me of like the conviction and the power with which Whitney says, Bobby.
Yeah. Because
it was sort of like how emphatically my husband was calling for his friend Joe.
I mean, it's the confidence. They both share.
Yeah.
Your husband and Whitney, that confidence.
Yeah. But the food was delicious. And shout out to Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Of course, thank you, Joe, for the recommendation because it was a fabulous start to the evening.
And fuck you, Aaron, because like Aaron, you were no help. Okay, is it time for a break?
I'd say so.
Yeah. Welcome back.
And it's time for Diva Down. Diva Down, of course, is our final segment where we take a person, place, or thing that could use a little bit of unsolicited advice.
Yeah.
And they're going to get that here today. And our Diva Down, of course, is Pride Month.
Yeah. Well, no. Pride Month, yes.
Pride Month. Pride in general.
Yeah.
Pride is over.
My pride is down.
It's July 2026 and Pride is officially over. And it seemed almost that Pride was maybe over in June of 2026 when there were quite literally zero corporate sponsors.
Yeah. Listen, my advice for Pride Month.
Pride Month. Okay.
Is it's time for you to rest. As a gay man, I can say this, which is you were here, you celebrated you for queer. Those. Yeah, you were queer. You were here for 30 days. You were out and proud.
Right.
And I loved it. And now I'm sort of like, I need a break.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I need 11 months to recover.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so I'll see you next year. But until then, you know, I need a little space.
Yeah.
Don't call me. I will call you.
Yeah. I'll text you.
Yeah, I'll text you when I have the energy.
No, we'll DM. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I completely agree. Yeah. It was out and proud. Now I'd like to be in and
humble.
In and ashamed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which is what we
Which
queer
gays
people
do
are.
best.
Yeah, exactly. It's July. You can no longer hear our queer voices, and that's fine. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I will say it was quite confusing this year without any corporate support. You don't see any of like the Pride collections on any of the streamers or whatever. And I kind of actually appreciated that because the Pride was within.
Yeah.
Of course, it was also without. There was so many events and so many things to do. And I'm exhausted and need to sort of like get my rest. But yeah, I think this year, let's try to like incorporate a little bit of support back. Like let's take that next 11 months and try as a society to like find a nice happy medium. We don't need like complete corporate support, but we could use like a little bit of like acknowledgement maybe next year that it is Pride Month.
I agree with you in this. For me, I'm like a little bit more like I still need a rest, but where I don't need a rest is I would like some of that Pride support on this pod.
Oh,
you know,
totally.
Whatever Chase Bank of America,
anything in the financial sector,
any of those big ones that you need a gay face, right? We are out and proud.
Wall Street,
we
definitely want to cut that bow.
Yeah,
we'll cut
Merrill
that bow
Lynch,
every single day.
Whichever one of you guys wants to partner with two becoming gay men.
Totally.
We are there for the taking.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
What's the gayest bank, in your opinion?
Greg, that's such a good question. What do you think is the gayest bank?
Well, I used to think it was Chase Bank, but I think in terms of brick and mortar, it is Chase Bank.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to think because banking has really expanded, you know, and we're looking at the Venmos, the Stripes, you know, I think we need to look in the digital space. And I will say I feel the queerest bank at this moment is Discover. Which used to be a credit card and I think still is, but now it's online banking. They do checking. They have a nice like checking and savings. Yeah. And then of course, you know, I feel like they're really making a play for it, but it's not, and that's Ally.
Oh, well, of course.
But they feel straight.
Yeah.
They feel like...
But they're allies.
Yeah, you know? They feel straight, but they call themselves queer.
Yeah.
And that's a little like you've never even like kissed a boy in your life.
I think... Even though they are related, you made me think. I was like, I actually think it's Merrill Lynch. I mean, having a name
Yeah.
Like Meryl.
Yeah, and it's giving kind of Jane Lynch, famous queer icon.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. I like that. I like that.
But I think it's time to end this episode.
In a way you can support us. Even though Pride Month is over, please, if you can rate us and review us, we are trying to get them up. And appreciate everyone who's done so far. We love you. And like hearing from you has been so
It's been so sweet, like getting to like have interactions with you guys. And so again, special treats if you rate and review and then screenshot it and send it to our Instagram. Cynthia, I had a dream last night about your nails, and they were really long. And I'm sure you had a dream about us.
Of course.
So we'll see you in our dreams, and we'll be in your dreams, vice versa,
etc. And and otherwise, we'll see you next week. Love you.
Bye.
Miss Thing Podcast is created, executive produced, and hosted by Greg Trimmer and Tim Zientek.
It's produced and edited by Benji Simons, with cover art and additional creative support by Claude Zeins.
Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Miss Thing the Pod.
New episodes drop every Tuesday. Watch on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Please subscribe, rate, and review, but only raves. Strictly 5 stars and above.
Follow Greg at Greg Trimmer and Tim at Tim_Zientek on all social media. Bonk.